Hey everybody. Like James there. Hi, this is Earl on the maxproud channel. And today, well, there's going to be maybe a few things today. First, I want to show you this bass, which I've went over all of my repertoire of videos that I've done here on the maxproud channel. And for some strange reason, I think I featured this in one of my videos, but it wasn't like a singular thing. It was just a whole multitude of basses when I was doing it. This is an OLP, and I don't think I've ever reviewed this. That's interesting. It's a neutral colored, wood colored OLP that I bought some years ago, and this is when of course OLP is official licensed product. They were sold by Ernie Ball Music Man as cheaper basses made in Indonesia, I believe. They're basically the same quality and design as the Music Man Stingray bass. Looks exactly the same, much cheaper. I think they ran anywhere between $250 and maybe $350, back in the day. And they were all passive. This originally started off as a passive bass. And I put a preamp in, of course, and basically it came with the same Music Man humbucking pickup that it always these guys always did have, and slap their preamp in, and it sounds close to the original Music Man as possible without going too overboard. And I just never featured it, and I'm just showing it to you now. OLP. And nice bass. Looks like Music Man. Sounds like Music Man almost. Anyway, that's just one thing. You can find an OLP out there still around. You may want to pick one up. It shouldn't cost that much, maybe slap a preamp in it, and it'll give you the closest sound to the Music Man as possible. But that's not exactly what I wanted to talk about today. Actually, I wanted to talk about the strings that I have on here. These are flatwound strings. If you know anything about bass strings, you got flatwounds, you got round wounds, which most bass players who are into different types of music, especially funk, put on their basses. Flatwounds go all the way back to the early days of electric bass, where they just had one style, and that was flatwound. These flatwounds are wound very smooth, very non-textured, where round wounds are round and very staccato sounding, very snappy sounding, and this is more of a duller sounding. But the reason I'm talking about flatwounds today is although a lot of bassists like myself love the round wounds for the funky stuff, don't count the flatwounds out. This Music Man style bass always had a type of that's the Music Man sound, always a type of more of a baritone rather than deep bass type of sound, for all those funk players that want that high-end sound. And sometimes, at least for me, if I wanted to play some really deep jazz, traditional jazz, or something a la James Jamerson, the Motown sound, I wouldn't, I could, but I wouldn't readily grab this bass first. This bass is is a certain tone, and like I said, mostly for funk and progressive jazz and stuff like that, rock and roll, real, aggressive tone types, bass, like the Music Man, like the Rickenbackers, like what else is a good example? Rickenbacker, the Music Man with the high tone. Can't think of one right now. I know. Ivan has higher tones for the most part. And so I wouldn't readily grab this for like a deep Motown sound, but the response is just, how can I put it? It's just bright enough where I can actually put some Flatwounds on here, which I have a good set of Rotosound Flatwounds on here right now, brand new, and still get a nice little tone, even a snap. As you can hear. So it's like the right balance between that high-end tone and the deep tone, you know, that I can use with these Flatwound strings. So I just wanted to make mention, you know, I know at least a couple of bass players who swear by Flatwounds. They don't like the finger noise. There's a lot of kind of you know, excess finger noise when playing with round wands, you know, because of that trebly baritone trebly type of sound. And a lot of people don't like that finger noise, but this is lot, you know, lots smoother for different types of genres, you know, for jazz. You know, very, very smooth. And you know, I just wanted to say that and ask about your comments about Flatwound strings. Do you still use them, or did you ever use them, or do you use them? Period. Or you know, have you always used them? I'd love to hear your opinions on the positives and the negatives of the Flatwound string. What do you think? On this particular tonnage on this particular bass, these things are great. I mean, just the right mix, you know, right mix of that, you know, snappy sound and that traditional sound. You know, Motown. You know, real deep. Best of both worlds. So, give me your comments on that. What do you feel about the Flatwound sound and the virtues and positive negatives? But I'd like to hear your opinions on this particular bass. I think it's great. Also, I want to talk about very, very proud of my best video internet friend here today. He's a little under the weather. A lot of you guys who follow me are familiar with 11coopbass. Communicated with him a little while ago, and he said he didn't mind, you know, me telling you guys that he's a little under the weather. He had a auto accident, and he's fortunately he's fine. He's all right, and he's recovering from it. We wish, I wish, and I'm sure you do too, wish 11coopbass speedy recovery. He's presently working on an independent album. He wanted to get it out there and invite people out there to listen to what he has to offer to the world musically. And here's to a speedy recovery. 11coopbass, love you, man. 11coopbass, man. He's like my partner in crime. One day we're gonna get together. One day we're gonna really actually meet face to face, and that would be beautiful, really. So speedy recovery, Coop. Take it easy. And he says he can't wait to get back on the net and you know, give you another YouTube video. Right now he's a little, you know, incapacitated, but he'll do that soon. Okay, so that's all I wanted to cover. You know, this OLP and the virtues of Flatwound strings, and shout out to my man Coop. Get back with you as always. Thanks for listening. Appreciate you all and all your you know, positive, I'm still getting really positive feedback from everybody. No negative feedback, really, and that's such a blessing, because I know everybody doesn't have that. You know, there's some real mean people out there. So we're gonna get back to you. This is Earl on the Max Proud channel. Until next bass.